The hair is a frizzy mess, but at least you can stand to look at me in the face a little bit. Oh, as long as I don't get too close. What did I just do with this? Yes. Put the alcohol away. I just cleaned Dr. Hyde and his brother. Oh yeah, see, I found a little something. What was this for? What was this for? Oh, this was for cleaning straws. I bought some earth-friendly, which is just the whole marketing bullshit, but that's another video. But I bought some, yeah, they were to clean straws. Those eco straws that are supposedly made out of either metal or biodegradable, whatever, or silicone, whatever, so you don't use no plastic straws. But you know, fuck all that shit right now at this stage of my life. I think that young people should still be concerned about certain things that needs to be wiped off my specific age range priority. And so saving the earth by not using straws that I've always been using is not one of my things. But it is an important thing to do. So we need everybody on the team doing something. Even if you're something that's sitting at home behind your computer screen, speaking truth to power on your social media. We need everybody in every lane for this fight. So do you, boo, like for real. But don't get mad at me if I have standards, like if there are limitations to me fucking with you. Moral limitations, because everyone should have those, yourself included. Even a criminal won't fuck with some criminals. Everybody needs standards and boundaries that they stick to. Don't be having a weebly wobbly deal breaker list. And don't have no sturdy deal breaker list if the deal breaker list is full of bullshit that don't have nothing to do with the real humanity of the person that you're assessing. Boom. If the marinade is good, I just want to be able to save it. Another piece of parchment paper across the counter. Y'all remember I said I was using those little cutting things? Well, I stopped because I just end up cutting slices into them, right? And then they're no more good if you cut them all up. And if I'm going to line that with some more parchment paper, because parchment paper is actually cut resistant as well. So I put that along my counter to protect my counter. But if I'm going to use those on top of this to protect my counter and wind up cutting them anyway, like I just don't feel the need to wash and reuse, go through the trouble of washing and reusing them. That's probably why they sitting up on the as seen on TV shelf, waiting on the guppies like me that come through and be like, I've been seeing, man. Hey, Puddin'. And I didn't do it. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
You didn't do it.
It was not me, ma'am. Y'all in a blizzard out there? They be hard-headed. They be hard-headed. It's cold, you know, and it's cold and still snowing. We get like, it don't be heavy snow, but it be like all day, so it piles up and be a foot on top of a foot, you know. Well, it is now, but it just got, well, I take that back because it did flurry all day, so. Yeah, because yesterday we had a whole ass, day before yesterday we had a whole ass flurry day that put a whole nother foot on top of the 2 feet we already had, so. Girl, I would love to do that for you. I would love to do that. Yeah. And plus, it'll give me some exercise. Shit, when the last time I exercised my chops at all? Okay. How you want to do it? How you want to? Well, bitch, you should have been called me and told me to ask me to do that. In a way, that's a good thing, cause you be busy. I was gonna say that's a good thing, cause we be busy loving on each other. So I love you too. I love you too. I was thinking about you today, and I was sitting there. I was like, I should post that for real. You know that scene in Color Purple where they be like, where she'll come in, be like, right. And what I also loved about Sophia, new man too, before she got locked up. I liked what's his Broadnecks. I don't remember what his first name. Cause you know Harpo asking about him and talking about you. Harpo say, "Ain't your woman? Shouldn't your woman be home with her kids?" He's like, and then she's sitting on his lap, and he's like, I ain't managing my woman. My job is to love her and to take her where she want to go. And I was like, okay, Broadnecks, that's right. I'm like, Sophia got her a man. That's right. And then she proceeded to go dance with her ex-husband, all of them, and he having a good old time at the table, just minding his business. I was like, Sophia found her a man. And you know what else I've been noticing the last few times I watched Color Purple is I was like, you know what? I was like, what happened to who played Young Celie? Because that bitch did that shit too. The Young Celie, the little girl that played Young Celie. I was gonna put a post a couple weeks ago. I was like, this girl, the girl that played the Young Celie don't get enough shine for me. Cause
she did a great job.
Woo! I mean, woo. And I really just paid attention to it the times I watched it, only in the last like 3 years or so. But I've been like, why we didn't hear nothing else about that girl? Because that girl, It spoke for itself, I guess, because it's classic forever. It's a done. That's a done deal. It wouldn't held, and maybe it wouldn't held in people's spirits the way it did, but maybe it would have. I don't know. It was just a good fucking movie. If I would have found out I hated the motherfuckers that created the movie, I can't hate it. It's just it's breathtaking. It really is. That's why I was saying that when we first started talking about it, I was like, you know, even with the trauma that you know, some movies you got to be in a mood to see. You can't just watch no slave movie, right? But this movie, it make you feel like sometimes I feel like I ain't in the mood to watch black men sell their daughters off to pedophiles. I ain't in the mood. But then just watch the movie, because you're going to get past that real quick. It's so many funny moments, too, in the midst of trauma. It's so real, almost. You know, it's so real. It's really beautiful. Really beautifully done. Right. Especially to somebody who could easily take apart a movie that I don't even know nothing about the making of, and I can sit there and pick it apart. And then, you know, sometimes I know, be like, can you just enjoy the storyline? Can we not analyze director? I was like, well, you be the key grip at the end. Let me direct this hoe, right? Redirect it. But no, I can't. You just can't be criticized. And that's art. Even in anybody's criticism, mine included, is just, you know, it's all perspective. It's art. So people love your art be your baby, and people love their babies. They sensitive about their shit, right?
Yeah, and then you feel guilty after you know, ain't accommodating.
Yeah, that's what I bet you. You already know. That's what it really was. And so that's probably why I kept jabbing him with the. Because I know in his mind he wanted to be able to vent with me, like, you know, like she wasn't being considerate, and that's why I kept coming back with, and it ain't like me to defend her like that in that situation. And I said, I sound like she just missed you. And sometimes you have to reestablish your boundaries, even though people understand, or, you know, they have heard you say it before. Sometimes you have to reestablish it, you know. And he didn't want, you know, he's like, well, I didn't want to cut off. I was like, why not? Why didn't you want to cut her off? Like. She's grown up so much. I was like, at the mental stage she is right now. If you say I got to get back to work, you can tell me or anybody else that. You can't tell her you don't have to walk around her feelings like you used to. She grew up a little bit. Cause some of the shit she would have got sensitive about with me, now she just shrug her shoulders and keep it pushing, and it make me love her all the more for it. She don't take it personal. She'll be like, okay. And sometimes she'll come to me with gloves. She'll be like, I don't know if you okay with this, but I just wanted to, you know, and then she'll present it to me. You know what she presented it? When you present it like that, it ain't gonna be no. You know what I mean? you already courteous of my efforts. What you need, boo? What you need? What you need? You got a plant, you dying, you need me to revive that bitch? Give me. We really were being thankful the other day. We were like, I'm really thankful we happened, you know, into it, even albeit late, but it was right on time. Things really do happen right on time. It was almost like everything started just aligned for us to be a little bit better prepared than we would have, because if all this went down even maybe three years ago, it just wouldn't be pretty. And we would survive, but we would probably, you know, it would probably interfere with our relationship. Everything. You know, I mean, it would be solid. We wouldn't go nowhere. It wouldn't be none of that, but it would be more stuff that would be more easily aggravated. You know what I mean? So, and, you know, little bitty stuff we created, you know, for working, you know, doing yoga together. So now you got something that you do together, even if you, let's say you are mad at each other. Oh, well, it's yoga night. What y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna sit and look at each other mad and do down with motherfucking dog, wanting to knock a bitch out the whole time? I guess that's what the fuck we're gonna do. It's gonna be a quiet motherfucking practice today. Usually we talking shit about them and us. Quiet as fuck today. We mad. Girl, I don't know. I ain't gonna say don't waste your time. Do what you need to do. But yoga with Adrian, I always recommend her for anybody starting. The only thing I would change about her whole practice is, like me as a middle-aged black woman, I'll probably find me some good black music. You know what I mean? But once I get the stuff down, she is good. I'm telling you, you can go back to the yoga with Adrian. Just look up yoga with Adrian, and you can go back to her beginning videos. Yeah, bitch. Since 2014.
I went to yoga at the Mirabelle and shit. I know I explained to you how to. I mean, the class wasn't bad, but you know, we went there a few times. But I didn't know your ass was doing it. You could have helped me out and everything.
I didn't know it was something that you was continuing to do regularly. Because whenever I mentioned it to you,
that's why
He do need to. And then we was talking last night about, you know, the young people today or whatever. And we was talking about how we was, you know, because we had gained a couple more pounds. We had lost first, of course, and then we gained a couple more pounds. And then we was like, we was still okay, even though we gained, because now we had room to gain a couple. But we were like, man, can you imagine how this would have went if we would have never started, you know, a consistent regimen? You know what I mean? Like we do weekdays, and sometimes if we feeling fancy, most of the time he'll just do the elliptical on the weekends. And I'll fuck off the weekends. I don't care. I'm eating trash too. But during the week, we usually every weekday we always pretend we gonna take off Wednesday. Like he'll come home and be like, he working out, and I'll be like, nah. He's like, you don't work out. Nah. We go back and forth, you know. But we end up doing it anyway. So every weekday we do cardio. He goes to YouTube and he picks up somebody to do cardio, and depending on how his body, you know, we address his body with the length of time. So it's usually between 15 to 30 minutes. And if we want to do a short one, it might be a 7-minute shit. You know what I mean? And we'll modify whatever ain't our age friendly shit or our body friendly, because we might have different issues. You know, both needs, but his might be inner or mine are outer. But either way, we modify that shit. We know what the fuck to do now. And since we had started doing Adrian back, I'm gonna say again, in 2014, when we was walking around the track at the high school down the street. And then but before we did that, we would do yoga. So we just got to the point where our regimen became, he comes home, he sprays down and goes and take a shower. So he works out after he take a shower. Go take a shower, then he'll come down with a selection of cardio, and then we'll do yoga after cardio. So we do both of them, and then cook and we'll eat and wind down. But yeah, we've been doing it for years now. And he been right there with me. And we were talking about how men, even though they know of like Walter Payton, even if they know athletes doing it, you know, it's kind of men are conditioned to not want to do something like yoga. But that's the best thing for people. They do. Because sometimes you might be holding a particular pose, and it might be a pose that you might be uncomfortable in that pose, but you might not be uncomfortable in that pose because you're physically uncomfortable. You might be holding on to some stress that you don't realize you're holding on to. So it's also you talking. That's why they always say it's your personal practice too. So in a way, you're modifying it mentally to accommodate your feelings and whatever it is you want to release, or whatever the fuck it is you want to receive from your particular practice in that particular moment, on that particular day, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Yeah, we keep telling his mom and his sister to do laps, and then they go in the basement and they get on the treadmill too. You know, they on their regimens, because it was too easy to be sedentary anyway with our general lifestyle, but it's even worse right now. And again, and like you said, at our age, ain't no time to be playing with this shit. I was just thinking of doing a video while I was cooking, and I said I was gonna talk about, cause cannabis, bitch, be saving my life. And you know that Goddess be talking to me. She was like, bitch. She's like, I told you earlier to hydrate your bitch ass. If you don't go and drink some water right the fuck now, I'm not kidding, I will kill you on the spot. It sounds morbid, but it was like, I'll kill you on the spot. You always say you would hate to have a heart attack or a stroke or some bullshit because you didn't hydrate. And bitch, I'm telling you, you got cotton mouth, so you can drink motherfucking water. I'm telling you. Oh, what you want Eric to come home? You dead now. He couldn't save you this time, could he, bitch? When all you could have done was drink some motherfucking water. If you get the 16-ounce motherfucking bottle, empty it on the spot. You act like you can't just finish that bottle. Goddess. Yeah. She trashed me. She trashed me. It couldn't be that simple for me. I couldn't go. Yeah. Because I was like, okay, I'm finna go get some water. I went and filled the bottle up. Bitch, who didn't drink it? Me. Me? Set it on the counter. Like, you ain't gonna even take a couple of guzzles? Okay. How you gonna feel when you just start convulsing and shit?
So that was me.
Yeah. And y'all gonna know what to blame it on. What pre-existing condition could she have had? Bitch, no water drinking ass-itis. Yeah, so I drank the water and I
neglecting what you know is to be the basic.
Right.
And we know we'll get all on a motherfucker we know and love about.
Right. Yeah, girl. I had to drink it. I felt all the relief, bitch. I was like, why we don't do it? She was like, anytime you gotta drink water, and after you drink it, you go like a little a toddler, then bitch, you waited too long. That's the sign. You waited too motherfucking long. Don't do that shit again. You think it's just something that kids do when they come in out from playing? You know what they do when they coming out from playing? Because they waited too goddamn long to hydrate. Same thing. It's the body magic, see? And except it ain't for the body. I mean, it ain't for your, that infomercial thing. Hydrate. It'll work wonders, magic for your body. How about that?
Well, man, that's the truth. It's like all this shit around this house. I said to myself, man, if I had 3 months off, I could, bitch.
See, look, see, that bitch be getting you too. She be getting you too. She be talking shit. Yeah, I ain't the only one. I asked for, our ass asked for 3 damn months. She give us a motherfucking year. We still play with that hoe. You know, disrespectful. And then think she wrong when she say, okay, I'll show your bitch ass. I'll show you bitch ass. See how, and how many chances did you get? You gonna act like you didn't get no chance. Oh, if only I would have known better. I would have done better.
Woe is you.
Whoa. Yeah, woe is your ass. By what time you gonna call me? Okay. Well, call me. We could just email me the script. Well, we got the snow, and then it got cold enough to freeze into ice. But no, we didn't get no straight up ice. Nope. Try not to worry too much. T ain't home yet. He usually home by now. Yeah, you got.
We need to pull some shit up for you.
Bitch, you the only the second person I ever heard say that along other than me. Like I'm like I was like, there's some truth to the short term memory, but you know people act like they wouldn't forget stuff anyway. Like if they never smoke weed a day in their life, like you gonna have a that's why they call them brain farts. People be having. Right. And I was like, but I can. You know, it's one of them things that I thought was ridiculous. It sound, that shit sound ridiculous. And he can't find something and be like, hand me that bubbler. I'll find it. I don't know how. I don't know how, but it happened enough times where he'd be like, do you know where I put my, I don't know where you put it, but this bitch in this bowl know where you put it. Let me go talk to her. See what she say. Go learn your lines, boo.
But all right, sis, thank you. I love you.
I love you too.
It's good to hear your voice, and please tell my brother I said hey.
I will do that. All right, you tell my brother I said hey too, and to be careful out there in them streets, literally.
I know, right?
Yeah.
All right, I will, and I love you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, I love you too.
All right, good night.
Y'all know I love her. Oh.